Hey guys! So for this video I wanted to try some cool DIY project that I saw online and I thought it would be really fun to try, so I'm going to be doing that. And yeah, it's pretty much just a big monogram that you can make for yourself. So if anybody wanted to try it or had any ideas similar to that, then maybe they can see how this would turn out in case they wanted to try it. I'm going to be making this for my dorm. But you can make this for, your bedroom, and this is more of a girly project, so yeah, boys don't do this unless you really want to. I mean, go all out. I mean, do whatever you want. I'm gonna be making one for me and one for my roommate, but I'm only gonna show the one that I'm doing for myself in this video. I do know what colors I'm painting it. It is going to be matching our dorm room colors, and so yeah, so I hope you enjoy this. And I got my disgusting paint clothes on, so don't really look that great right now, but oh well, whatever, don't care. So let's get started because my arm is hurting. Bye! Alright, so I just grabbed an old beach towel just so I didn't get anything on the carpet. And so the first thing I got are my letters. So I have my letters, and I'm just going to do them in consecutive order with how my initials would be. Instead of putting my last name in the middle, I'm just going to keep my middle initial where it is. Alright, so I got these ones at Walmart, and they were cheaper than the ones at AC Moore, and I liked the size of them better, so I ended up getting them instead. So on to the next supply, and that is the paint. So these little acrylic paints I got from Target. They were like $2 a piece, and yeah, I only got 4 colors, and these are the colors of our dorm room. So I just have this deep sea turquoise kind of color, a white, a steel satin gray, and then a marigold. Right, so the fourth thing you need are brushes, of course. And I just got these little sponge brushes from Target for about $3. So the last 2 things I have are my paper plate, which I can just throw out when I'm done and I don't have to worry about it. And then I also just grabbed a couple paper towels in case I spilled. Okay, so for each letter I'm just going to do a coat of paint and just kind of get like a background color, I guess. So I'm going to start with my J, and I'm using this deep turquoise on my J. So I'm just going to get a little bit of paint on my medium-sized brush, and I'm just going to brush it kind of in the shape of the J so that the paint looks smooth. Okay guys, so I am about halfway done. My camera battery died, so I had to let it charge, and so I did the initial top coats, and yeah, and so now I'm gonna do the design. Okay, so these are the letters with the paint on them. Alright, so I love how these letters turned out. I used my turquoise on the J, my satin steel on the S, and then my marigold on the H. So I did end up painting the back of each letter just because I was getting really annoyed that you could see the wood, and I just thought it looked tacky. Okay, so this paint worked amazing, but for the J and the S I did 2 coats just to get it fully covered, and the H I did about 4. Alright, so step 1 is done. Now on to the fun part, which is the designs. So for my J, I wanted to do a stripe pattern, so I just grabbed some painter's tape so I didn't mess up the lines and just so that they looked nice. So I had 1, 2, 3, and 4 pieces of tape that I used. And then I just grabbed some white paint, put it on my paper plate, and I got started. And I did use a bigger brush just so that I made sure that I covered all of the area. Okay, so next is my H, and I'm just going to take the bottom of my paintbrush and I'm going to use it to make little flowers because I just kind of thought that would be neat. So I'm just going to get some paint on the bottom, and I'm going to start out by making the centers of the flowers white. So I just got some white paint and I just made little circles just like that one, and yeah, I just continue to do that all over the letter. So I noticed that I was getting some circles that would turn out kind of like this one, not really completely covered, and so I just either used my bobby pin here to kind of cover it up, or I just completely redid it with the bottom of the brush. Alright, so I started my petals in the turquoise, and yeah, I really like the way they turned out, so I just did that all over. Okay, so I wanted to add just something a little more, so I took my satin steel color and I grabbed my bobby pin and I just kind of wanted to make a little design kind of around the petals. So that's what it looked like, and I really liked it, so I just did it everywhere. So for my S, I wanted to do something simple, so I just did a border, and I ended up using my white and my marigold paint, and I used the bottom of a paintbrush again. So I decided to do half circles, and I started with my yellow, and I ended up switching back and forth between white and yellow. I just thought it looked really neat. So I noticed that you could kind of see the gray underneath some of the paint, so I just took my bobby pin and went back in and kind of recovered it. Hey guys, so these are the finished products, and I love the way they turned out. I just put them on a drying rack so they could finish drying, and if you notice, I did add some gray stripes to the J just to give it a little more color. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye!